Newsroom 11 tonight.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Maria Hayes. The American government is virtually shut down. U.S. President Bush vetoed a temporary spending bill today that shut down all but essential government services. As Wyatt Andrews reports, Bush says he'll keep the government closed until U.S. Congress cuts the federal budget deficit.
The president admitted today he had shut down the government to teach Congress a lesson. He vetoed Congress's emergency attempt to fund the government for a week and demanded that Congress deliver a budget now.
I think it disciplines the United States Congress, Democrats and Republicans. They're the ones that have to pass this budget, and they ought to get on with it. And I am sorry that I have to do this, but I made very clear that I am not going to be a part of business as usual when we have one deficit after another piling up.
This was not just a president pressuring Congress to get to work. This was also a game of payback. Deliverance on the president's threat to let the government go penniless if Congress killed his budget without passing one of its own. After a long and testy White House meeting, congressional Democrats bitterly complained the president was, in effect, closing the Washington Monument to intimidate them.
President Bush's decision to shut down the government is wrong and unnecessary. It will not advance the president's position in the negotiating process. It will cause unnecessary pain and anguish to thousands of families.
Mr. Bush, however, described the pain and anguish as a necessary source of pressure he can withstand longer than Congress.
It's not a question of how long I can take it. It's how long the Congress can take it. The Congress is where the action is. They've postponed this tough decision, as I mentioned, how many, 30-some times. And we just can't have it. American people are saying, I want something done about this.
The budget dispute has closed the most popular tourist attractions in the U.S. As Jim Stewart reports, visitors are being turned away from such landmarks as the Statue of Liberty and the White House itself.
The White House is closed, the Washington Monument's closed, everything's closed.
Overnight, the government snapped shut its checkbook, leaving millions of federal workers in limbo and ordinary citizens locked out, confused, and plain angry.
I want everybody on Capitol Hill to get their act together and get that budget fixed so we can continue with our lives here.
Saturday morning, and the first to chain their gates were the nation's landmarks and museums. From Ellis Island and the Statue of Liberty, tourists could come no closer than the tip of Manhattan, to Philadelphia's Liberty Bell and the White House itself, closed while budgetary warfare raged inside. The frustrated tourist grabbed what little was left: the Capitol building, the Vietnam Memorial, and the blessings of an Indian summer day that did little to soothe the anger.
There's nothing we seem to be able to do to get the politicians to understand they can't keep treating us this way.
Hardest hit will be thousands of government employees who are due back in their offices Tuesday, wondering if they have a job.
We are frustrated, we're angry, we're mad, we don't like it, and the fact of the matter is they voted to shut the government down. Federal employees are frustrated enough that we just might oblige them.
Emergency funding will pay for some essential services like air traffic controllers, allowing airports to remain open, as well as post offices, the armed forces, and border crossings. Yet without an agreement of some kind, even those will be drastically slowed, and come Tuesday, the nation's commerce could find itself in a stranglehold.